This week has been a very eventful week. So had to get a lot of like little repairs and a little bit of maintenance done around the house, particularly in my room. I had to get some things repaired, particularly a light fixture, and I also had to get a new TV mount for my television, and that has indirectly affected my vision for my cozy creator space that I've been working on over these last few weeks, slowly but surely. If you watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that DIY is not my strongest capability, although I try to exercise it a little more, often so that I can try to get better over time. But it's usually hit or miss. And I've been working on two things in my cozy creator space, which are two different backdrops. I just installed 3D wall panels, which I'm actually going to have to go back to the drawing board on those because the opening and closing of the door is actually affecting the door that I have installed the panels on. So I'm going back to the drawing board, but I think I've figured out a fix for it. I just have to implement it. So that was my first backdrop. And also, too, with that, I think I'm going to expand it to go out towards the wall. So not just the door, but towards the wall. And the second backdrop is the popular backdrop that you see with the artificial grass wall panels and then like the neon sign. I really like the way that looks, and so I wanted to try it out for myself. And I actually have some pieces of the wall panels, the artificial grass wall panels. How well? So what ended up actually happening was I already had installed the wall panels, but because I had to get my TV, I had to replace the TV mount that I had, and it actually is positioned a little bit higher up than it was initially. So the panels that I had already laid out now don't cover the entire area that it initially covered. So now I have to kind of add some pieces. And it worked out because I still had a few pieces of the panels left. And what I ended up doing was I ended up basically kind of cutting them in half just to cover the space. And so what I'm working on now is just tying them together. And see, like stuff like this, I can do. I can do stuff like this. Um, that's not too labor intensive. And so what I plan on doing is I've got about there's like about 6 pieces of this here. So what I plan on doing is just piecing these attaching these pieces together with the zip ties that came in the package, and then I'm just gonna put them up. So and hopefully it'll still turn out looking okay. Hopefully it'll still turn out looking okay. I like the way it turned out, but because I've been having to get, a lot of stuff done we've, having to get a lot of stuff done around the house. It's just been, I don't want to say really derailing because it's not like this stuff is like, dire straits that needs to get done. It's just the sooner I can get my space how I want it, the better I'll feel. It's really just about me feeling good about my space, honestly. Nothing too crazy. Just trying to work on getting the space how I'd like it to be for future content creation. So that's what I'm just working on, and I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. But we've actually just been doing a little stuff around the house. I've kind of put a halt to my decluttering efforts and my reselling efforts because number one, my sales I've been using Facebook Marketplace as my primary platform that I've been reselling on. And like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever resold, use Facebook Marketplace or any other type of reselling app. It can be pretty time consuming, like to list a lot of things, and it especially if you have like a lot of things that you're trying, want to try to resell, um, it takes up a lot of time. And I don't know that people like you understand if you've done it, but I don't know that people really like realize, like, even if you don't, like, for me, I don't really half-ass it, you know what I mean? Like, I try to make I try to make pretty good ads because I want to attract people to buy whatever it is that I'm trying to sell. So I don't, it's not like because it's only but so much you can do. Like, they added a feature, I believe they added it a long while ago though, like to make videos and stuff. And so, and I do that kind of stuff, make little short, you know, 15 or 20-second videos for stuff so that people can see that, if it's like electronics or something, so that people can see like that it works and all of that stuff. And that stuff just takes time, you know what I mean? Setting stuff up, sitting it out, making sure that the pictures are pretty visible, and filling out all of the details and all of that stuff, and the description and all of that. Like, all that stuff, takes time. But what's so wonderful about it is I've got nothing but time right now. I've got nothing but time. So I'm able to kind of get back to it when I can right now. So basically what ended up happening was, when I first moved home, like the very first day that I was back, I listed a ton of things for sale um, on Facebook Marketplace. And like those first 2 weeks, sales were booming. I really felt like, man, okay, this is working out really good. Like, I was consistently selling things, like maybe averaging maybe like one item a day. And to me, that's just like phenomenal for like the first 2 weeks, maybe first 2.5 weeks. But then after that, everything has since really, really slowed down. And so I've refocused my efforts on redecorating my room. And so that's what I've been kind of focusing on, and just starting to pay more attention to my space, and just realizing there's like some little minor repairs and stuff that need to be done, and trying to, complete my vision for my cozy creator space. And but I am kind of itching to get back to my, decluttering / reselling efforts. And I think hopefully I can, everything will be good to go by this weekend. But there are a couple of things though too around in my room too that I kind of want to rearrange and reorganize. So I'm still working on that stuff, y'all. And still, but you know what? Still trying to breathe, take a time, take balancing rest, and amongst all the other things, the other stuff that we do during the day, trying to keep a good balance between the three main things, because when you're recovering from burnout, you don't want to like start stressing yourself out again over stuff that's not particularly, worth the stress and stuff like that. So very mindful, to not try to get into that mode. But I came close though. That those first couple of weeks, man, I was just like, sheesh, this is crazy. I was spending so much time, I dedicated so much time to trying to resell. And I mean, it worked out. It was working out, but I still have, what's so crazy is though, I still have a good amount of stuff that I believe, is, worth trying to resell. I have like a lot of electronic equipment, like good stuff, like pretty good stuff, just stuff that I just bought, was the wrong thing, but kept it too long in order to be able to return it, when I bought it, and things that, even like high quality clothing and stuff like that. So I still have, some things that I do believe are worth trying to resell. But ultimately, if I don't get rid of it, I don't get rid of it. But it would be nice if I could, So that's just what I've been. Those are just the things. Those are still the main things that are my main focus. And that's just what I've been working on. So I just wanted to hop on here and give a little update. Literally, my channel has been thus far just me literally documenting my day to day. you know, I hit burnout, and I'm hitting reset on my life, move back home, for a plethora of different reasons. But one of them was to just kind of regroup, breathe for a minute before I go on my, just jump into my next adventure in life. And I decided I wanted to document it because I'm doing things differently. I'm doing things differently this time than the traditional, way, which is, oh, you're burnt out. Just take a long vacation. You'll be fine. I did that, and it wasn't making a difference. So I resolved that. No, I'm gonna do stuff a little bit different. I'm gonna do things on my terms. And right now, it's just me trying to honestly get rid of remnants of my old lifestyle to make room for my new lifestyle. I have some exciting news that I can't wait to share. Not ready, quite ready to share it just yet because nothing's been, still waiting for things to, finalize and make sure that, you know, what I've been working on is going to go down. But I'm moving, I'm doing stuff. I'm doing stuff. It might not seem like it because I'm getting on here talking about a whole bunch of randomness each day, but I'm doing stuff. So far I've pieced together this much. I've got like two more pieces to go, and it's just gonna be one really long piece because it has to go from one end of the wall to the other. And I think I measured it right. It might be just a little bit too long, but we'll see. So that's basically what I'm just working on. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably just attempt to cut to me trying to install it, but we'll see if that works out. That would be cool to be able to do, but I'll most likely end up just showing you the finished product once I've completed, because I'm not the best. It took me, I actually did a voiceover video. It was my first time ever doing a voiceover video. I was so proud of myself, even though it was only like 4 minutes long. But that's also one thing that I'm definitely going to focus on is getting into my editing bag. Nothing major, nothing serious, just learning how to do the more simpler things. I know one thing I need to get up on is creating thumbnails and stuff like that, which I know how to do. I know how to do that stuff. I just need to get practice on doing it. I'm outside and I'm fighting off random insects crawling all over my equipment and stuff. So, but yeah, guys, I just wanted to give that update, let you all know what I'm up to. This is what I'm up to right now, is just working on one of the backdrops for my cozy creator space. And practicing my multitasking skills. But I like the way everything is coming along. I like the way it's looking, especially my 3D wall panels that I installed. Even though I'm gonna go back to the drawing board on them, but they turned out really good. Like I'm kind of surprised, kind of surprised because me and creative artsy craftsy type stuff usually don't get along. But I have to implement a fix for being able for all of my stuff staying in place with the opening and closing of my closet door. I guess it really wasn't the brightest idea to me, though. It was just like the perfect area in my room to install the backdrop. So I went for it. But I think, like I said, I think I got a fix for it, and I'll update you all on that once I was a spider. Not particularly afraid of spiders or anything. I just don't want them crawling on me. You know how like if a bug crawls on you and then you get it off and you see that it's not on you anymore, but it still feels like it's crawling on you. I hate that. That's the only thing that I hate when it comes to dealing with insects. Is they always like if some once one gets on you, it just feels like they're always on you. And I see the little spider web. And the little spiders are quick. I haven't even been out here that long, but yeah. But I hope everybody's having a good day. Almost done. I'm almost done this piece, and I'm gonna have a doozy of a time putting it up because it's a very, very long piece. But I didn't want to do because it's up on a wall, and I'm vertically challenged, so it takes me a little longer to when I have to kind of put things higher up. It takes me a little while longer. I have like a ladder and stuff like that that I use, but it shouldn't be too bad. Almost done. And these like little DIY type stuff, it's really not bad. You can go on Amazon and get just about anything nowadays, and the stuff is relatively inexpensive if you have like I have a little hobby, little cash, little money for hobbies and stuff while I'm, taking my sabbatical, my sabbatical from work, my time off and stuff like that. So that's what I've been using it for. I've just been using it to try to do some DIY type stuff, and I'm finished. Here it goes. It's just one long piece that I put together. Nothing cray cray. You can see some of the You can see some of the, but I'll cut those so you don't see them. Some of the zip ties are kind of coming through, but you can just cut those easy and they'll blend right on in with the rest of it. But yeah, just wanted to spend some time with you all while I work on the arts and crafts and just you can listen to me chat chat away while I'm working on this small alteration to my backdrop. And that's all I have for you all today. Thank you so much for watching my video. Let me know if you're into DIY arts and crafts. Have you ever installed a backdrop or anything like that? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about the things that you have worked on in the past, or if you're currently working on some DIY stuff. It'd be cool to chat about it. So let me know in the comments. Thank you again for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.